Welcome back to Grassroots Radio Colorado. This is Kris Cook, and I've got Andy Pate from this Party of Choice in studio. We are having a great time. He's not Batman, he's Lego Batman.
Yes, my wife just texted in. I am Lego Batman.
That just cracks me up. So this is Grassroots Radio Colorado on KLZ 560, and we're talking about... I mean, we've been covering a lot of ground today, but what we've been talking about for the past 45 minutes is how to reach out to millennials. Yep. And how to talk to them. And you've told me this, and you've told me this before, that when you're dealing with millennials, the first thing that you have to get beyond is they believe that Republicans and conservatives, and stop me if I'm getting this wrong, but they believe that Republicans and conservatives want to control their entire life. When, we've got so many liberty positions in our platform that seems like a ridiculous statement until you realize that they do not intersect. Their lives do not intersect with most of our platform. The free markets and the business, lower business taxes and, removing regulation and all this kind of stuff. They own their bodies, and that's about all they own at this point in time in their lives. And
it's 100% of their life.
It's 100% of their life. So our 1% of our policy positions is trying to control 100% of their lives. That's the way that they see it.
Right.
So why do they think that, and what are we trying to do? Because that is part of our platform. That, I mean, they're the defense of traditional marriage, the anti-drug thing, the anti-abortion. Right. That all is part of our platform. So help me reconcile all this.
Okay. Here's the thing. I think it's easy to reconcile because when we look at young people and they think that we want to control their lives through these things, I look at them and I say, you know what? Sometimes I have to, let me take a step back. I have to jump right into Christians.
Okay.
Because that's what they're really worried about at this point. They're not worried just about conservatives, but Christians.
Okay.
And I say, look, I'll tell you right out. Sometimes we go too far and we do want to impose our beliefs on you. We want to make you live our beliefs. We don't do that much, by the way. We do it some.
Right.
All right. But first, let me tell you about Jesus. Jesus. Okay. Jesus, and I'll tell young people this. I'll say, did you know that when did Jesus and the apostles ever try to make non-Christians live like Christians? Never.
They didn't.
Okay. When did Jesus and the apostles ever try to use government to enforce Christian morality on non-Christians?
Never.
Okay.
That one I know.
So now you're a young person. You're Chrissy again. I know you hate that.
Oh my God.
It's so fun. She hates this. And you're probably thinking, well, you Christians, but you do that. Let me tell you why. All right? Before you get too mad at us, here's why we do it. And I don't think we should. I think we should offer and model our morality. I think our morality sells great when we offer and model it and sell it with choice. I don't think you can sell grace with control. So if we try to sell our morality with control and make you live our morality, at that point, we've become basically Islam. Okay, there is no Christian jihad.
Right.
All right.
There's no neo-political ideology that is Christianity.
Exactly. Now, once again, talking to the young person, here's why we do it, though. And you're going to hate this, but it's because we care. And what I mean is this. All of those other decisions in life where we give liberty, how to run your business, how to handle your money and all this kind of stuff, land rights and all this. If you make mistakes in those, you can rebound from those. Okay? If you make a mistake with your money, with your job, with your cell phone, for the most part, if you make
depends on what the mistake is.
Right. But with school or whatever, you can bounce back from that. You can study harder. You can save money. You can pay down that debt on that car you shouldn't have bought. You can bounce back from all the dumb decisions you make in life. But the hardest decisions to bounce back from are mistakes you make with your body. When you commit yourself to a drug or a lifestyle, or, if you have an abortion or whatever, when you make decisions with your body, it's very hard to undo them. So I'm not saying that we should force our morality on you. In fact, I always tell young people, I love my beliefs. I love my morality. I don't want my beliefs to be your laws. I don't. The left does, by the way. I don't.
Very
and that
true.
separates us. But when we do push too hard, I just want you to know it isn't for us. It isn't because we can't handle a society where there aren't enough people like us. We're doing it for you, because we know that mistakes or just decisions that you make with your body are very hard to reverse. You can't just save up more money and fix it. That's why we do it. Do we go too far at times? Yeah, but it's because we care.
I'll buy that when we're talking about abortion. I will buy that when we're talking about drugs.
Okay.
I'll buy that in those areas. I'm going to have a harder time selling that to somebody when we're talking about defense of traditional marriage.
Okay. Go ahead and flesh that out for me.
Because the way that the person sitting on the other end of that conversation is going to hear it is, you're trying to tell me who I can love. I understand that you don't want me to OD on drugs. I understand that you don't want me to possibly be injured getting an abortion or something like that. I get all that, but you're trying to tell me who I can love. And that is something that's going to be, I can see a lot of pushback in that arena.
Sure. And that one's easy.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
I love that it's easy.
No, it is. I look at them and say, so you're talking about being gay or straight. My answer is very simple. That's your choice. Okay? You do what you want. Or you can say, hey, I was born that way. I don't hold that belief, but you can hold that belief. But let me ask you this. Right or wrong, good or bad, throw all that out for a second. Just look at the decision to be gay. How many people do it?
Whoa.
Oh.
Because there's a lot of people on that side who are going to say it's not a decision.
Fair enough. Even better. Just the realization that you are gay. How's that?
Okay.
Either way, a decision or a realization. How many people do that and then go back?
I wouldn't have any idea on the statistic.
Very few.
Right.
Very few. So it is, once again, a decision or a commitment or a realization with your body, and it's very hard to reverse it. Now, does it run contrary to my religious beliefs? Yeah. Okay. Does it affect me at all if you are gay? No. Does it affect me at all if two gay people get married? No. Does it affect me at all? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't bother me that there are gay people in society. I have no problem with it at all. I don't find my comfort in finding more people like me. I like having a lot of different people. That's your call. Okay. Whether you realized it or chose it. And by the way, there's division in the gay community over that.
There may be.
But
the ones I've known for the most part have told me that it wasn't a choice on their part.
Why
would they choose that? Why would they choose to be ostracized? Why would they choose to be ridiculed? Why would they choose to have a position within society that, although becoming more and more acceptable due to where the Overton window is going,
you just described becoming a Christian.
True.
In America.
True.
It's kind of funny. My best friend at work for many years, I think I might have mentioned this to you, was gay. Okay. And that people always kind of had fun with that, the conservative Christian and the gay guy. And we got along great. But there were two things that he said. He said, Andy, he says, here's why we get along. Number one, I know that you value me without having to agree with me. He says, everybody in my life only values me insofar as I agree with them. You don't. I like that. He said, and number two, he said, you do nothing to me because of our disagreements.
Right.
Whereas some others do. I said, no, I don't. Actually, I really enjoy being around you. You're a lot of fun. We had a great time.
Right.
See, choice is a very freeing thing. Control is a very not freeing thing. I mean, that's obvious.
Bingo.
But
right.
when I look at people and say, whether you chose or realized that, you see, what I'm basically saying is I'm not controlling it. Does that make any sense?
It does. Let me tell you what my hesitation is. We don't have a ton of time here to flesh this out, but the Republican Party does have within its platform a defense of traditional marriage. The Republicans will continue to fight for whatever reason for defending traditional marriage. I don't agree with that position. I have been very vocal about how I don't agree with that position in terms of what the government should and should not do, because it is controlling somebody else's life. Now, I understand what you're saying about how realizing that you're gay is not something that people go back on, but they realize that they're gay long before they get married to their same-sex partner. So,
right.
Outlawing same-sex marriage doesn't make a ton of sense to me if we are indeed the party that brings more choices into people's lives.
Fair enough, and it's too big of an issue. We don't have the time.
Right.
But I'll just basically say this, and I'll let you close. But is defending traditional marriage a bad thing? What's bad about traditional marriage? Obviously nothing. So what if...
it's not under attack.
Obviously. Well, no, but what I mean is this. If homosexuals had... And I personally don't care if you call it marriage or civil unions. I couldn't care less. It doesn't affect me.
Right.
Okay, their choice doesn't take away mine. But if... but my question would be, why do you need to take that term rather than a different term? We already have different terms for gay, straight, homosexual, heterosexual. Why do you need this term that was built only in the heterosexual community? How about you get all the rights without it?
And I do agree with that position to some degree. There are legal reasons why. Maybe we can have a show on that someday, because that would be really fun. Again, if you'd like to connect with me, go ahead and find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Grassroots Radio Colorado. Andy Pate, The Party of Choice, thepartyofchoice.com. We'll post a link on my Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had so much fun. I am Kris Cook. This is Grassroots Radio Colorado on KLZ 560. And as always, good night, Colorado. Colorado.